Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to, this is interesting. Yeah, welcome back to Albion Online. So, I'm still gonna plug away at this for a little while, mainly just because, the sheer number of people hanging out and watching this series is a lot more than I was originally expecting. And so, I don't know, I kind of feel like it would be a bit of a shame if I just immediately stopped. Kind of rage quit out. Titanium? Butts. Alright, well, T3 to T5. Okay, so this looks like the kind of place that I'm probably going to want to hang out, at least for the time being. Sorta. What's iron? I need a journeyman's pickaxe or better. Did I not give myself a journeyman's pickaxe? I forgot. Alright, whatever. That's fine. So I'm on a bit of a trip here, and it looks like I'm going to want to hang out in this zone anyway. Should see how, red works. Oh, geez, that's a big and scary. So, I've joined a guild. It's Path of the Wolf. It's a super small casual guild. I don't know how many people care about this. But specifically, I joined a guild that was going to be, like, nice and casual and should fit my schedule better, because, to be totally honest, like, I can only play this game for about half an hour to an hour every day. And so when I, like, hear about all these people playing for hours on end and grinding for all sorts of things and being like, this game's not for you because you're not willing to grind, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's fine. And, like, I don't know, just, I guess as a semi-adult person, yeah, well, looks like I'm gonna just have to hang out here or something. But, you know, whenever I hear that sort of thing, I'm just like, well, I mean, I guess you'll understand when you have a full-time job and multiple other things, but alright, I've actually got to get off this sucker. I wonder if there's, like, war horses that let you dismount and go immediately into combat much faster. That makes sense. But yeah, so my goals here are work on T3, T4 Reaver. Which I'm not even sure where that is on the list. This is Reaver. Okay, so Journeyman Reaver, so I gotta go fight a bunch of things. Well, that'll be a goal. But I want to go get those gathering tools, because it looks like this area is actually fairly... I mean, honestly, I guess I should fight these guys. It looks like this area is fairly quiet, comparatively. The lower level areas are going to be kind of a giant mess, but if I stay higher... If I'm lucky, it should stay a lot quieter. Also, these guys are worth, like, 50 fame or something like that. No? Maybe. So this should actually go faster. But I'd like to be able to go into some of the higher-end dungeons, if possible. Because it sounds like the guys that I've joined up are up on T4. And if I could, like, get to that point, I could actually start showing off some of the T4 content. I don't know if it will be with commentary or what, just because of how everything works. Well, like, it would be with commentary, but I don't know if it would be allowing, like, them to speak, or, I don't know. It's impossible to tell on these things. Mic quality is, like, a huge stickler for me, and so I don't want to just join randos for a dungeon where I actually have to communicate with them. I guess the one alternative is I just join Discord and do solo commentary regardless. And just kind of listen in, or freaking, I don't know. Kind of depends. Honestly, maybe I just bite the bullet and accept it and just say, look, this is the way of things. Because, you know, if I was a YouTuber in a guild of YouTubers... Huh. Do I try fighting one of these, like, barbarian women? I'm a little bit leery on that. Ooh, they hurt. Okay, yeah, let's give that a pass for at least a little while. I might go run that basic dungeon. Oh. Killed my donkey. I should probably get my hands on a better donkey somehow. I'm sure after a certain point I'll be able to buy higher tier horses. But yeah, it looks like this place is significantly less farmed than it was. That's good. And I'm just going to stay nice and PvP free. I don't like PvP in games. Honestly, I don't appreciate the fact that this game actually even has I don't appreciate the fact that this game has forced PvP. I understand why. Why they would go that far, because, like, I can totally see the appeal of like a high PvP content game. You know, running around, running guild missions and all sorts of things. Where are we even going? We're going over to Thetford. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna want to get to Willowside Marsh. So I should probably not overburden myself too much. I mostly just wanted to load my donkey up and then continue the road. Should probably make sure I'm going the right direction then. Probably not. Well, no, if we go to Cairngorm and then Sleetwater, Willowside, and there. Okay, that seems reasonable. Let's see. I was gonna go on an adventure to the south, but it looks like I'm actually going on an adventure to the north. Luckily, I cannot be killed in yellow zones. I don't know about red zones, but I know black zones specifically are PvP for everybody, which is really worrying to me, just because I'm not entirely sure if I'm ever going to be ready to go to one of those. Maybe at some point I'd see specifically if specifically if I could oh, what am I thinking? Like join one of the bigger guilds that's bigger in PvP, just so I'd have some level of like friendly interaction in a PvP zone. Either that, or I just bite the bullet and deal with it and just be commander, hope I don't die, gonna go mine some stuff if I'm lucky. I'll have to look at the exact PvP rules, because the way it works from what I can tell is you can in like a PvP zone, in a yellow PvP zone, it's optional. I can just set the little shield in the top left and be like, okay, I'm ready for PvP. Or I can or I could just not, which is what I'm mainly gonna do. I don't like PvP that much. But if you are set to PvP, if you get killed, it costs you some of your durability that you drop as money. Or if you respawn, you drop a lootable bag with all your stuff, which does me a bit of a concern, because I don't really want to deal with that sort of thing. But obviously, if it's one of those where you have to, you have to. To progress. Either that or I just buy it off of the market. I mean, that's the one thing I can do, is just farm lower tier resources and silver via quests. Ooh! Okay, I'm actually rather liking this this spot. So I'm gonna try and get some chestnut. If I have to drop something, then I will. Because I got a bunch of... What do I have that I can get rid of? I don't have any T1. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh, what do I got? I've got some sandstone. Do we just get rid of the... Let's just get rid of the sandstone. Yeah, I want to go for those chestnut logs, but not a good idea right now. So we're in Sleetwater Basin. Wait. Are we? How'd I... Oh. Oh, I did get here. Okay, cool. So we're pretty close to Thetford, so I just want to continue on down south and to the right and whatnot. Just see what I can do. I'm not entirely sure what that big red zone is. Presumably the big red zone is a, what is this? I have no idea. I really don't know. That's okay. I'm curious where you go mining in the swamp. Because, yeah, it was a pretty clear division in the last area I was in, but here, not sure. But yeah, I want to get back to oops. Oh no. I pissed off a lot of things. Yeah, they're T5. Let's avoid that. At least we know I can't lose my donkey here. That's a plus. Oh yeah, he's got like over twice my HP. Keep to the roads, Wander. Don't try and take shortcuts. Not in this game. Not with your level of equipment. That's for sure. Okay. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's probably a little bit late to go with this kind of introduction, but I'm the kind of person that actually really enjoyed the changes that they made to World of Warcraft. I rather enjoyed the fact that they added the party finder system. I thought that was rather well handled. That it was a That was actually a good way of... It was a good way of actually, you know, letting people play the game. And yeah, it did actually hurt the community to some degree. I used to do a lot of pickup raids beforehand, Friday nights, before they added the raid finder tool and the dungeon finder tool. And it was nice, because you kind of knew who was going to show up, and you knew that, like, so-and-so was really reliable, and, you know, so-and-so would bitch about not getting enough loot after pulling no DBS and stuff like that. And, you know, reputations actually mattered, whereas when you're in, like, a pickup raid, using the raid finder tool, it was just go wild. You also kind of lost a lot of the, what am I gonna say? I guess also the community. There was no communication. It was all just, okay, I don't know what this big red circle is. Well, considering I haven't gotten attacked yet, that's a good sign. It probably means that there's PvP there going on, that somebody's fighting somebody else. Well, one way or another, we're pretty close to our goal. We want to hang a right. So that should be easy enough. But yeah, so like, yeah, it did lose an amount of the community, but I did appreciate it from the sheer, like, ease of access. It was way more fun for me to be able to, just hit a button, wait for only a minute as opposed to 20, and then get in the game. Like, that actually felt really good. And I think I'm going to be consistently at odds with this system specifically, just because it's not gonna be easy. You know, just pressing a button, getting in game. That's hence having a guild, hence maybe meeting some people. I guess honestly, if any of you guys watching this video or playing this and you want to drag me through dungeons and stuff, feel free to add me. I don't generally play with fans just because I literally don't have time. But in this case, the only thing that's going to keep me playing after a certain point is whether or not people feel like playing with me. And I can figure out some kind of means of working around that. Just because, like, I wanna see how far you can go in this game. I wanna see, you know, what some of the endgame stuff is, because, like, for a while at least, I was like the #1 result on YouTube, and I feel like some level of, I'm not gonna say cosmic duty, because that makes no sense. I've entered an unrestricted PvP zone. So that's what the red circles are. You're, anybody can PvP there. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, I don't know. If I ever am in a situation... Okay, so what is this? I think this portal will lead us to where we need to go. No, this portal's not what we're looking for. So there are expeditions. Oh, individual. Nice. And adept. So I'll have to mess around with these. So, decent pay and, ooh, a royal sigil. But we gotta get adept reaver, which is the next one. So I'll have to farm the lower one, which is probably what I'm gonna be doing here. Now, how do I get to the guild island? Because I'm in a guild with an island. It's just a matter of getting there, question mark. Ugh, usage fees. Food, 6%. I assume you have to feed them to be able to keep that. Okay, I might have to look this up. Because I'd love to actually go visit the guild hall and see if we can use their crafting setup. Okay, oh, we got territories. I don't think that'll ever happen. Account. So we've got guild, tax of 5%, that's fair. Found alliance. Okay. That's... I don't know any of this stuff, but that's okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go look this up. Okay, so I figured out how to get into the guild. It's just with the Dockmaster. Unfortunately, rather pricey to do so, so we're going to go do other things. I guess we might as well do an individual expedition. Let's see what this one is. I wonder if they're completely randomized or not. But yeah, I'd like to get to both of these, if this makes sense. Unfortunately, we need Adept Reaver, which we're about halfway to, which is bit annoying. Shouldn't take too much of an effort to get there, but we'll see. I mean, honestly, if I can actually, it's the same mission. Oh, that's rough. If it was a different mission every time, I think I'd be a little bit more excited about it, but since it's the same one as last time, that's a bit harder. I mean, I guess it's 27 something. Can I expand this out? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to see my Adept Reaver progress specifically. Having to farm the same mission over and over and over again is going to be... See, I was hoping by changing regions... I'd be able to, actually... what am I thinking? Oh, he's not dead yet. Now he's dead. There we go. By changing regions, I get, like, different quests, or maybe coming back on a separate day. Is this just going to be the only dungeon? The entire way through? Because that's maybe a little bit on the worrying side. At least I can do this, over and over again for, like, a mild bonus reward. And speed and stuff. I guess technically it might be a little bit faster if I were to, it might be a little bit faster if I were to, go out to, like, a higher tier area and fight those guys. But that also comes with the risk of death, which... I think I'll pass on if I can. Okay, let's slow heal. I mean, we're making decent progress to get up to Adept Reaver. It should make it work. And that'll give me access to, the T4 dungeons, and hopefully I can actually join some groups for it and whatnot. Because I'd like to be able to see that and farm it and whatever. And then hopefully with the silver we gain from this, I can work on my crafting skills. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure if personally farming everything is going to be the right way to do it or the wrong way. I guess we'll find out if... Huh. That was weird. I thought I got out of the way, but I guess I hadn't. Or he had, like, a special secondary move. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Shouldn't matter that much. I'm wondering if, I'm wondering about, like, equipment load whatnots, too. Or not equipment load, but, like... What is this? Okay, so it gives me a passive bonus, and also lets me use... Wait, what? Requirements per level. Interesting. There's like a level 100 reward on shields. Okay, so some of these are actually worth pursuing. Okay. Because yeah, you get a whole bunch of extra passive power and whatnot to your weapons if you do level these up. I'm just not entirely sure. Like, it's 25,000 rep. Is that just to get the first level? Do I have to get like 250,000? No. Well, do I have to get like 2.5 million rep just to be able to level that? I guess it's not so bad. Probably should have gone for the healer first. I wasn't paying attention. At this point, I'm just kind of going and whatever. I do have to pay a guild tax, which kind of sucks, but at least the guild tax is fairly minimal. Unfortunately, the guild I have joined has its crafting stations locked off to I guess, the very intro members, which kind of sucks. Hopefully, hopefully that's something that changes. If it doesn't change, then I'll just find a different guild, pay a small amount of silver tax, and just move on with my life. Because going with a guild would make sense for, like, partying up with people. But mainly I wanted to join the guild, so if I did have to pay, like, a tariff to somebody to craft things, I'd prefer it at least go to people I vaguely know, or whatever, as opposed to some dude that managed to get to the crafting station before anybody else. Still not entirely convinced on that system. I like the idea of this game. They do a lot of, like, they've done a lot of interesting things with it that I rather respect. But there's also a number of things that I'm not so sure about. It just feels like it's going to actively hurt its player base by being what it is. But I guess that's kind of the point. By limiting it down, by making it so locked off to most people and appealing to one group, maybe you can get that one group to stick around and, like, really craft the experience you're going for. That makes sense, at least. Still not entirely convinced I'm ever going to be part of that crowd, admittedly, but it's good to know. Okay. So stepping on that circle does not actually, trigger the effect. Or it does not trigger the fight. That's what I'm going for. Oh, we got it out of the way anyway. I mean, at least fighting this guy gets kind of comically easy along the way. I don't know. Maybe if they ever have one of those, like, sales, I might be like, hey, you know, Albion Online's cheap right now. Consider picking it up so we can do, like, fun times. But I think even then, I picked up Fortnite yesterday. It was really good fun. I rather enjoy the game. I think the combat and the experience of it is weirdly similar to this. You know, there's a lot of, like, material grinding and gated content and whatnot. But I think I like how Fortnite handles it a little bit better because it's, by nature, a purely PvE experience. So I never feel like I'm competing with anybody else. I guess there are treasure chests that I specifically have been looting that my friends don't get to get. But, like, it's minor at best. But, in this case, like, there's not even procedural generation for this dungeon. I think if it was, like, a procedurally generated infinite dungeon crawl, I'd be, like, hella bananas for it. We got carrots. That's interesting. I guess that's how you get food. Oh yeah, there is farming. I'd forgotten about that. So, I will admit, one of my goals here is to make it up to, like, 12,000. 12,000 silver, because if you get up to 12,000 silver, you can buy an island, which is probably something that I'd be interested in doing, if only because I want to see the island mechanics. But since they're so pricey, the idea of, like, doing so immediately is like, yeah, I'll get there someday. I mean, honestly, I guess I just have to run this dungeon, what, 10 more times? That isn't... It's not actually half bad. That should be fairly doable. But having my own island where I can have all of the crafting stations that I don't have to pay a fee for, that's actually kind of tempting. I've heard it's quite the substantial grind to do so, though. Can you invite other players to your island? Because that's an interesting thing that would be kind of cool to do. Or, like, if you could almost unite islands temporarily with, like, another player. I don't really know if I need rough stone for anything. If I'm not mistaken, rough stone is, like, the ultra-low resource, because copper was tier 2. Yeah, so... limestone is tier 2, so rough stone is total garbage. Back away from these guys a little bit. There we go. I'm getting a little bit better at dodging his abilities. Though, it would still be really fun to play. I'm just going to talk about, like, MMOs and, like, weird game ideas and whatnot, seeing as I don't have much else to talk about, especially while I'm doing this. But sometimes I think it would be absolutely phenomenal for an MMO to have a combat system closer to... what's a good example? I mean, Dark Souls. Dark Souls has an absolutely wonderful combat system that I wish some MMO at some point would copy. Either that or just not have it be an MMO, I guess. That's the other thing that I can do. Because not everything needs to be an MMO. Really, I just want more games that I can actively play with my friends. Which, I guess this is not one of those games. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because playing this specifically with friends is kind of out of the question just because it's $30 and they're probably not going to be interested in playing it with me anyway. But that's okay. Like I said, there's a billion other things coming along that will fit that, hole, fill that role. One or the other. Okay, so we want to go for the guy in the back. Yeah, the Deranged Hermit is the healer. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to run this maybe 2 more times, and then we'll have Adept Reaver. Okay. That should make this a relatively easy... run. Okay, let's pick up all that silver. I guess the other thing is I could farm for, how much silver? Actually it says here. Nope, that's not happening. I'd have to run this specific dungeon 200 times to be able to afford a month's worth of premium membership. It's not terrible, but like, ooh. That'd be something I would do if I was like really into this game. Though I bet that would actually be far easier if you're a max tier player. Like if you're all the way up to T8, I bet getting that level of resources is not impossible. They'll probably discourage. Like I get the I guess it would be easier if you're a premium member though, and so it would be kind of one of those like self-feeding systems because that extra silver benefit would help a lot. Yeah, I can see how it works. Just gotta get there. Actions are not possible in combat. Well, what? I don't know. Some of the system messages here are a bit confusing. Okay. And nice part is once I start getting up higher tier equipment, running dungeons like this for money is going to be much faster. Though I guess we'd probably want to run the higher tier stuff just because the better rewards. I guess I just wish that there was kind of a loot chest at the end of this that would give you like a chance at some rare resources or like a weapon maybe or something like that. Actually, I really hope once you get kind of towards the end of the game, the weapons kind of open up a little bit. It kind of looks like they do, just for a variety of experiences. Okay. Yeah, I want to stay away from that. That's a painful stun. I don't remember. The last time I fought this guy, did I have this level of equipment, or is this new? I don't remember. Because last time, like, we weren't dying, but it was hurty. This time around, it seems like this guy's kind of chump change. It probably is equipment. base. Maybe I didn't have the axe. No, I'm fairly certain I had the axe. I don't know. Oh, that was easy enough. Are we good? Yep, there he is. Okay, did I already get the gold? Looks like I already got the gold. I was worried for a second they weren't going to give us the silver. Okay. I guess, honestly, I think I'm just going to suck it up for a second. Let's, Is there a tool crafter with a, with a cheap usage fee? Looks like, Pukin's is probably one of the cheaper ones. Yes, if we just go straight down, we can interact with that. Unfortunately, I'm not even sure if I can, like, make much of what I'm doing here. Do we get... Yeah, I'll just grab all my lumber. Unfortunately, refining half of this stuff down is going to be a bit on the pricey side. So one thing that I actually really do like is now that the game is crazy overpopulated, cities have actually become one of my favorite places to go. Because notice how it says region overpopulated? The effect of that is by being overpopulated, nobody's here. They actually made it so that everybody is invisible in areas that have too many people, which is such a good idea. Okay, so I can make a journeyman's pickaxe. It says I'm gonna have to pay some silver for it, but that's not terrible. Okay, so I've got it, but I assume I can't equip it yet. So I've got to go grind a ton of silver or tin to be able to use this thing. Okay. That kind of sucks. Especially because I don't know where to go mining around here. Oh. Now I do. Okay. So we could go up to Whipple Fen. What about Dusklight Fen? No. Windpipe Fen? No. Where do you go mining around here? Oh, do you have to go all the way up to Gwan Gorge? Probably. Why have a base in Thetford then? I guess it's not that unreasonable. Starting in the swamp would be kind of rough for mining then. I guess you can still make it up to here fairly easily. Yeah, you probably go from Swamp Cross all the way up to Grand Gorge. So, realistically, we probably want to go to Pencarrig for mining. It's, like, really out of the way, so hopefully most players would never be around it. And then I can just get a ton of mining in. Because, yeah, I think my goal is going to be mining... Well... I don't know, that's an interesting question. Because I could actually just go farm money forever. I could go farm money forever and just, Oh, right. Donkey. I could farm money forever, get the island, and then build that up. It might not be the worst idea. That way we don't have to hurt ourselves with tariffs here. Because, yeah, if it's going to cost me a decent amount every time I try and do something. I don't know. And this way I could get Reaver. Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, that's fine. I guess let's go talk to this guy. Unfortunately, I think I'm just going to be running that mission again. I mean, as soon as we get Adept Reaver, we get a new one, and that gets us a new potential for a daily bonus, which will help a lot. The other option is, oh, interesting, you can't do, Oh, can I just register for a pug? I have to get Adept Reaver first, but I might just be able to register for a pickup group run. That's an interesting question. I guess the last thing I could do is... let's go up to Wind Ripple Fen. Which... probably this gate over here. I'm just going to go skin a bunch of animals and chop down a bunch of trees. We're going to need the resources anyway. The silver would be nice, but I can probably sell it. Yeah, there's some kind of weird gate portal thingamadoo over there, but that's not really what I'm down for. Yeah, so let's just see if I can feed my my skinning and my lumberjacking a bit. I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna get a bit of everything. I'm probably not gonna bother too much with cloth. It doesn't really seem my style. Okay, we've got these frogs. Oh. Yeah, giant toads. I'm thinking we're not gonna... well, we'll get an okay amount of silver from this. No, we don't get any silver from random critters. But I do get T3 hide. Which we're gonna need anyway if I'm gonna be getting into crafting.